Thank you, Kevin. I'd like to call the April meeting to order. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to our nation's flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Would the clerk please conduct a roll call?
Heidi.
Here.
Clinker. Nargi.
Here.
Reynolds.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Allersmeyer.
Here.
Williamson.
Here.
Downing.
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
Quorum present.
Mr. Brown, I would entertain a motion to have a recess for the purpose of a public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
Second, thank you. Would the clerk then please read that notification?
Resolution 2019-04, a resolution declaring the designation of certain real estate as an economic revitalization area and approving the application for property tax abatement H38 East Apartments LP Real Estate.
Public hearing. Any people or persons like to address this particular public hearing? There being none? Mr. Downing?
I move to pass ordinance 2019.
A minute.
No, reconvene.
We can do it if you want.
Reconvene.
Yeah.
Second.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Thank you. Approval of the minutes. You have received the minutes of the regular meeting of March the 4th. Are there any corrections to those minutes?
I move to accept the minutes.
Thank you. Mrs. Darchie?
Second it?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Thank you very much. Presentation and disposal of claims.
There are none.
Presentation of petitions and communications.
There are none.
Reports of city offices.
Fleet Maintenance, monthly February. Police Department, monthly February. Renew Department, monthly February. Waterworks Department, monthly February. Lafayette Parks and Recreation, 2018 Annual Report. And Lafayette Parks and Recreation Comprehensive 5-Year Master Plan, 2019 through 2023.
All of those reports are on file in the clerk's office. Anybody who would like to look them over may do so during business hours. Ordinances for second reading.
Ordinance 2019-09, an amendment to ordinance number 2010-11, inclusion of certain property in the local 9th Street Hill Historic District in the city of Lafayette, 519 South 9th Street.
Mr. Heidi?
I move to hear ordinance number 2019-09.
Mr. Brown?
I second.
Discussion by members of the Common Council. Mr. Carson.
Good evening, Dennis Carson, Economic Development Director for the City of Lafayette, standing in for John Collier tonight. We introduced this at the last meeting. This is a voluntary petition for inclusion in the 9th Street Hill Historic District. So I'm here to answer any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Carson? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Any members of the audience wish to address this particular ordinance? There being none, will the clerk then conduct a roll call vote on ordinance 2019-9?
Heidi?
Aye.
Nargi?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downing?
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-0.
Thank you. Ordinance 2019-10.
An ordinance for appropriation of park bond funds, Fund 3120.
Any comments? Excuse me.
Mr. President, I move we hear and approve ordinance 2019-10. Second.
Second. Any questions or comments by members of the Common Council? Yes, sir, Mr. Clary.
Tim Clary, Controller of the City. Ladies and gentlemen of the Council, before you is ordinance 2019-10. The ordinance authorizes the city to make our principal and interest payments on the 2018 Park District bonds. As of the budget adoption on 10/24/18, the budget did not include the appropriation for the bonds because the bond sale had not occurred yet. So we ask for your approval.
Any questions of Mr. Clary? There being none, thank you. Comments by members of the audience? There being none, would the clerk then conduct a roll call vote on ordinance 2019-10?
Heidi,
Aye.
Nargi,
Aye.
Reynolds,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Allersmeyer.
Aye.
Williamson.
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-0.
Thank you. Ordinance 2019-11.
An ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of Tippecanoe County, Indiana to certain real estate from NB to R1U, 1825 Main Street. Lisa Becker, petitioner.
Mr. Downing?
I move to approve ordinance 2019-11.
Thank you. Mr. Heidi?
Second.
Comments by members of the Common Council?
I just have one, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is that this was non-conforming. She's trying to, I think, get a loan, I think. Yeah, and that's why it's being changed.
As of now, it's currently a non-conforming use.
Non-conforming.
And as a non-conforming use, the petitioner can't get a mortgage on it.
And as the staff indicated, it really suggests what the 5 Points study suggested was trying to get more single-family residents, and this is a notable residence. So to return it to R1 not only helps her get the financing to buy it, but it also promotes what the city's vision is for the 5 Points area.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions or comments? There being none, would the clerk then conduct a roll call on ordinance 2019-11?
Heidi,
Aye.
Nargi,
Aye.
Reynolds,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Allersmeyer.
Aye.
Williamson.
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-0.
Thank you. Resolutions, 2019-7.
A resolution confirming the designation of certain real estate as an economic revitalization area and approving the application for property tax abatement, H38 East Apartments, LP Real Estate.
Mrs. Nargi?
I move we hear and approve Resolution 2019-07.
Yes, sir.
I second.
Second. Comments by members of the Common Council? Mayor?
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the council, this is the final resolution and the steps for the tax abatement for the H38 apartments. As you know, we had everybody speak last time, made a very detailed presentation on what we hope to achieve with these units, helping break generational poverty and moving people from needing that assistance to being self-sufficient. This is the property that has the relationships with Area 4, Subaru, Kirby Risk, Wabash National, the YMCA for childcare, and we're very excited about the difference that we think it can make in the lives of people in our community and help build our workforce that we need. So we do have other representatives here if you have any questions, but if not, we'd appreciate your support.
Thank you. Anybody in the audience wish to address this? You've come a long way. Maybe you should get up and talk. There being none, would the clerk then conduct a roll call vote on the first and final reading of Resolution 2019-7?
Heidi,
Aye.
Nargi,
Aye.
Reynolds,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Allersmeyer.
Aye.
Williamson.
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0.
Thank you. Mayor, a comment about this. You spoke strongly for this type of rezoning or the passage of this resolution. Would this be a good criteria for us to follow for people who are trying to break the bonds of poverty and things of that sort?
I'll just comment briefly. As you know, I spoke also just as strongly against another project that was brought.
I don't think it had the same qualifications.
And that's exactly right. So that's my point. This is the proper way to do it, as I'd indicated, with these types of case management, wraparound services. People there have contracts that they have to actually sign, and as do the children, to keep the kids in school. And they have, we have these relationships built with these employers if they complete the program to move them into better paying jobs. So yes, this is the model that we should be following. That's why I spoke so strongly in support of
Maybe
it.
good criteria for us to follow.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Reports of standing committees. Reports of special committees. Miscellaneous and new business. Reports by the mayor. Reports by councilmen. Public comment. Is what's his name missing tonight?
Harry, Harry.
Huh, not here. I'll be darned. Mr. Heidi?
I move to adjourn, Mr. Campbell.
A second.
Ms. Nardi? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. The meeting is adjourned.